I believe this is going to be the best time. After an election, after everybody has tasted the bitter taste of winning an election and not being declared, I think it is now time to sit down. And as I said, not accepting to be pushed into a mass grave. It is to do with our own political survival. I don't think NUP can now stand on a rostrum, on a platform, and say, you know, there can be fairness in the next election in 2031. Because not once, twice now, they have performed decently. But who is going to swear in Kololo? Is it Kololo? Where is he going to swear in from? It's the same person who has been in power for 40 years. Maybe there were people who used to doubt the effort that we were putting in bringing change in this country. Some sections of political leaders in this country thought it was just a joking matter. Now this has gone around everybody. FDC and PFF, NUP, DP. And so really the purpose of this proposal is for us to sit down and ask ourselves, are elections actually going to bring change to this country? And for us to get to know from amongst our numbers who still have faith in our electoral system in this country. And then we can chart a way forward. If that very, very question is actually answered. Now, of course, at the same time, everywhere that we have gone in the previous elections and this particular election, there has been a call for opposition unity. Mwegateko, unite. It's what I was told in 2021. Why don't we work together? And so we hope that we could achieve a minimum agenda in fostering unity among political opposition in this country and those who believe the same as we do. Plan to target the opposition. This election here. Remember that Mr. Museveni and his system have had a long-standing view that we should not have an opposition in this country. And you can see what has happened everywhere. We have seen a decline in the performance of the National Unity Platform, both at parliamentary and presidential elections and even local government elections. FDC itself has declined drastically in those numbers. UPC has gained a little bit, I think, by 1. And the Democratic Party as well has declined. The election that we have just come out of wasn't an election. The victory of Mr. Museveni has just been forced down the throats of Ugandans. using military might, falsehood, whatever I've described here, excessive use of money or even the obscene use of money, and using security operatives in determining who wins in this election. Even the 9 of ours are just lucky. They are really lucky. You should also know that this election is very critical, was very critical to Museveni's longevity. As we go towards determining the question of succession, the opposition should be seen at its weakest. And I dare to say, every day that passes, I begin to believe Museveni wants the country to revert to the monolithic movement kind of system. Make people disbelieve the need for us to have multi-party political dispensation in this country, and instead go back to what we used to belong to, a no-party state. Because he's unsure about the future. He's preparing for that. Everything that is happening today that happened in the election is actually, even this bill, is in preparation for the biggest question, the big question. That is going to come not more than 15 years from now, or not even 10. Because, as human beings, we are not everlasting. We are mortal beings. And even if we aspire to live to the age of 120, one day we are going to go. There's no doubt about that. So I think all these are being designed, cast on that plan there of what happens after the departure of Museveni, whichever way he departs. As maybe 3-4 years, the much heralded elections have been spoken about. And each time they approach, the minister goes to Parliament to extend the life of the LC1s. I don't think the NRM is interested in LC1 elections. It's not. If it were interested, what you call lack of funds would have been dealt with. There would be money. Because governance issue is a priority area. Now you can see the kind of confusion that the NRM has caused to itself. In some of the parts, some of the villages in this country, there are people who are posturing as elected LCs, having gone through LC1s, having gone through the primary elections. And the potential conflict between those who are sitting and those who are waiting for an election because they were elected in the primaries of NRM. That kind of confusion surely should have been avoided. Should never subsist. So our readiness as far as election is concerned, we will always field candidates, even if we do not believe in the elections. And one may ask, why then do you participate in those elections? An opportunity for us to mobilize. You don't know how important having an LC1 in a village is to our grassroots mobilization. So whenever they happen, whether next year, 10 years from now, the FDC will participate in those elections unless there is a shift in their approach to our politics as far as FDC is concerned.